There we go. All right. Welcome to the Brandon Hope Show. What's going on, Hope?
Yo, what's going on, Brad?
Man, put down that red cup, man. Got a show to do. Hey, I'm good. What's happening, man?
Oh man, it's a lot going on in the NBA world, but hey man,
Hey,
hey, what else is new, right?
hey, we got you. Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can
Hello?
hear you now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, I hear you. Can you hear? Yep. Mic check. I hear you. I hear you. Click.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah,
So
man.
everything's everything, man. Super Bowl week, man. Happy, and most important of all, Black History, happy Black History Month. A lot of history in this country. We all Americans, all contributed. So this should be a fun month. Also, we got Super Bowl and a whole lot of things going on in February. So this is good. And shout out to a little trivia male to win a black female, African American female to win Nobel Peace Prize. Toni
Oh
Morrison,
yeah.
poetry.
All right. All right.
So yep, yep, gone but never forgotten. Toni Morrison. So look, man, we got a lot going on in the sports world, man. It's just
Hey, Brad,
too
look like
much,
you
man. It's too
going.
much.
You keep going in and out. Sound like.
I don't know if we're gonna be.
Can you hear
We
me?
had you for a minute. I think we lost you again.
Yeah, it looked like you were
I
going
hear
in
you
and out.
now. Whatever you're doing, that ain't working. But what you're doing now is working.
Yeah, maybe it's
Yeah,
my
I couldn't
mic.
hear you before. I
Let
hear
me.
you now.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I hope we get this his situation straight over there with the mic and everything. So mostly a restful weekend for me. I just put that out there. I always like restful weekends, but it may change soon. Got to get out. Got to get back out to the gym. Got to get back in the gym. So I will start my old routine and start it on the weekends. Got to start out slow. So we're gonna do that. Hope you got your mic straight yet? Because I cannot hear you at the moment.
Mute.
If
Can you hear
you are
me?
saying something, I cannot hear you.
I was on mute. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I hear you now.
All right. All right.
Yep, I hear you now. Loud and
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got you now. What kind of mic you using?
It's on my headset. My mic is on my
Hello?
headset. My mic is on my headset.
I hear you now.
Yeah, my mic
Oh,
is on
okay.
my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
The gaming mic, gaming headset mic.
Yeah. I don't know,
Yeah, it's
man.
weird
Maybe,
night.
yeah, maybe I can,
Weird night.
maybe I could try restarting or something. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you right now though. I can hear you for right now.
Let me see
I'm
what's
good.
going on.
We gonna keep it moving. I'm try to keep talking so I so I can so I can hear you. So like now.
All right.
Yeah, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you
me?
now. Whatever you're doing, just
Uh
stay in that spot. Be the old school man. Don't stay in that spot. You got a good reception. Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay.
Reminds me of the old platform you used to be in
Yeah,
back
like
in the
yeah,
day.
don't move from that spot. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Man,
know
it's
what's
just
going
we
on,
got
man.
some technical things going on. I got some technical stuff going on. Now, hold on just 1 second. My mic came out. So we both got technical stuff. I told you, man, it's gonna be a weird night, man. It's too much movement going on in the NBA. Overall, man, it's just a weird day, man. I cannot call it. Trae Young hitting 3 pointers everywhere. He's up there in the 300 sections, hit 3 pointers. It's crazy. So, look, man, what we, what we got, man? We got a lot going on. Welcome everybody.
Hey, Brad, like
We
you
are
going
based in
in and out.
Atlanta, Georgia. We talk sports primarily in the state of Georgia. But wherever you are from, please tune in to the Joe. Can't hear you. Oh, we can't hear you. Keep talking.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yep, we hear you now.
Okay.
Yep. Whatever you did worked.
Okay then. It must be my headset.
Yep. Sort of kind of worked.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You might want to you can hear me? All right, so you may want to just one quick mic check and then we're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, I'll try to disconnect and reconnect. Maybe that might help.
All right, yeah, try to disconnect, reconnect, and we'll keep it moving. Go ahead, man.
Okay.
I got so and I'll go ahead and start. You just jump on in, hop on, hop back off, over it. I get it started and you just jump on in. So welcome everybody to the Brett Hover Show. And so look, I don't know if everybody watches the Grammys. I don't know. If nothing else on TV, I watch it. So you're a big Kendrick Lamar fan. We had a pretty good sweep. We won 5 Grammys. Um, and Beyonce, I think she made history again. I think she was like the first American female to win a Grammy, country music. So everybody's got certain feelings about that kind of stuff. But but look, congratulations. I'm not gonna hate. So but the funniest thing about Kendrick Lamar is that he uh he won off he had a good album. Won album of the year, song of the year, record of the year, all that kind of stuff. Rap song, rap album of the year, all of it. Any category, all the categories categories that he was in. He beat Taylor Swift. That's a big thing. He beat Taylor Swift and Beyonce in the same category. But the funniest thing about it is that the song was a diss song that started on the internet. I mean, you know, times have changed when people are winning Grammys on diss tracks, diss songs, which would never barely get airplay back in it. And you know, Drake dropped some hits. He dropped some bombs, and Kendrick came behind him, dropped some more bombs, and you know, Not Like Us was the final drop, and that was what you call a non-returnable. So, if you're in a battle, if you're in a rap battle, or if you're in a band battle, it's what you call non-returnables. That means you'll play a song, you'll have a rap, and you know, no matter what you do, it's hard to return it at that same intensity, at that same rate. So, Not Like Us was such a big hit. It hit below the belt. Some things, you know, against Drake, and you know, it worked out for him. So you're gonna see it live and in person in the Super Bowl on Sunday. He will be performing. I know there's some rumors that Taylor Swift is going to perform, is going to make a little guest appearance or whatever, but I don't see how that's going to happen because she doesn't have any collaborations with Kendrick Lamar. So usually how this thing happens is that artists will have a collaboration or collaborations with folks, and then they make guest appearances in performances like this. But, you know, I don't see that happening. I don't know. But at any rate, we're going to talk again about Super Bowl and Kendrick Lamar and all that good stuff later on in the show. So, look, I'm not straying away from any topics, just the Braden Hova show. And it's a sports topic, sports-related sports topic. I just got to put it out there. This is just me talking. And so President Trump is you know, he's trying to make good on his word about stuff and things. On stuff and things. So so what he's done, he's addressing transgender athletes. And so he's trying to get this executive order, if he hasn't signed it already. Okay, and so look, man, I that part I agree with. I don't think it's fair for transgender folk, because it's always the same. There aren't very many, if any, transgender folks or athletes participating in male sports. Majority of the transgender athletes that you see are performing in women's sports, especially on the high school level. It's a real big thing. Now in Georgia, they can't do that in the state of Georgia. The state of Georgia is serious about that stuff. You know, they're like, look, we're not for that. If it's transgender lifestyle, that's your lifestyle. But when it comes to sports, if there's a transgender category that fits, then okay, you participate in that. But until then, you know, and so the whole thing just kind of rubs me, you know, the wrong way. I have to be honest, you know, and so I don't think it's fair for transgender athletes to participate in women's sports. That's just how I feel. I'm not saying they bad people and all this kind of stuff. I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying, when it comes to sports, you know, that's not right. I think it's cheating the rules, in my opinion. I think it's cheating the rules. I don't care how many hormones they say they've been on, but I'm not for that. And so males perform in male sports, females, and if there's certain sports where there's some mixed doubles in tennis or pickleball, that's fine right there. But you know, all these other sports such as boxing and wrestling, the way you see a lot of transgender athletes participating in, I think the president is, it's finally made a move that I don't disapprove of. So, Hobo, you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I see you up here. Yeah, I can hear you, man. Say something again.
Can you hear me?
Say, let me get a rise up.
Rise up.
Yep, I hear you right now.
Okay.
Can I get a? All right, I got to rise up.
um.
Yeah, so I think you're a little bit better this time. I think you're coming in.
Okay. Yeah. I feel the same way. I think.
Yep.
I think Trump. That decision.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with it. I think a lot of. I just think not having it in place just bring up a lot of confusion, and so I agree with it.
Yeah. I'm down with it, man. So, ooh, man, golly, man, it helps to be tall. Uh, Kenyatta on the Spurs is coming to Atlanta, and Hawks came out. It was down and came all the way back, and missed the shot. And this dude off the rim, man, and just slammed it on this whole city of Atlanta. So look, man, when you got a big man that's 7'8", that guy is good, man. I mean, how lucky can you be if you the Spurs, man? I swear, man. I don't know that. I don't know, man. I don't know, Hope. I think a certain way. I don't want to say it's a conspiracy when it comes to these lottery balls, man, and picks. But I mean,
Yeah.
how is it that the Spurs all up, then they haven't lower for a couple of years? You get David Robinson, you come right behind that with Tim Duncan. You got a couple of laws, and now you got another big man. I don't know, Hope. I don't know. That seems kind of weird to
Yeah.
me. And and then I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Maybe it's just me. I'm gonna get off of it, Hope. I'm gonna get off of it.
Yeah, but it does make you wonder though.
I don't
But
know. It's
yeah,
just weird to me.
well,
I don't know. But look, man, WWE. I know you probably don't watch wrestling anymore like you used to.
No, I don't watch it.
Over the weekend.
You watched it over the weekend?
Yeah. So it was pretty good, man. Royal Rumble was pretty good. I saw it. It was great to see wrestling, pay-per-view type event without paying for it outright. So I had fun. I've been sort of kind of keeping up with it. So I think everybody knows who won. The Royal Rumble is like, basically when all the wrestlers come into the ring, it's a countdown, and then they filter them to the ring every minute or a couple of minutes or seconds or whatever. And so that was good stuff, man. That was real good stuff. So Jey Uso, one of the Usos, that's Rikishi's son, won the Royal Rumble. He's going to get his comeback. So Ric Flair's daughter, you ain't been keeping up with it, Hobie. She's a wrestler, a pretty damn good one, just as good as her dad, if not better.
Oh, wow.
And so she's back.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
And so that was pretty good.
I didn't know
watching Royal Rumble after so many years. And so
I didn't know she
I
was
just
that
wanted
good.
to put that out there. So and so I don't know about you, Hover, but I was flipping hot when things get first. All the time he's saying he was healthy. He was healthy. Bad games,
Right.
multiple times, roughed up. He never had. So I was livid. I was livid, man. So you're trying to tell me that you knew that you were hurt. You didn't tell anybody that you was hurt.
Right.
And because you felt Michael Penix Jr. breathing down your neck, and you cost the team games, because you didn't want to lose your job. It was inevitable. So I don't know. I'm not happy about that. I thought that he was trying to save face because he's about to get up out of Atlanta, and so he's trying to find his next job. And so he's trying to say, well, I just needed time to get healthy. What? You kidding me? Man, I could have kicked him in his teeth when he said I heard him say that, man. I'm sorry, Ho. Oh, what you got on there? What you think about that Kirk Cousins debacle?
Yeah, I didn't think he was. I kind of felt like something wasn't right, but now he went ahead and told us what the situation was. Yeah, it is kind of concerning. It's concerning because not only was he was hurt, he cost us games, and I don't know. Coaching could have done something about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why put a guy there who's banged up, who's not going to give you the best chance to win?
So that again, Hope, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was saying is
Hello? You cut off again, Hope.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit. You kind of going in and out.
No, man, I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, it's one of those weird. I can hear you now, though. Whatever you're doing, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, it just it just kind of draw a concern to the whole situation with him, because now it's like he was out there and he wasn't giving us the best chance to win.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, out of spite, man, I would probably just keep him and wouldn't trade him out of spite. You got to pay the money anyway,
Right,
and if you trade him or let him or cut him, I mean, that's still dead money under the cap that you owe this fool.
right. That's true.
So hell, man, everybody's like, cut him for what? Man, please, I'm not going to give him an opportunity to make more money or to go somewhere else and get this cut. No, he gonna spend this other year and he gonna sit his behind on the bench is what he's gonna do. Oh man, he almost made it. God dang it, man. Hawks lost that by a point. God dang it. God dang it. That was a foul though. That was a foul. Refs called a foul on Okongwu against Wimbenyana. He went down the middle for a slam.
Yeah,
And Trey almost made that logo. But Trey almost made that last minute shot from the logo. Oh no, it was a close game. Hawks battled back though. They battled back. It's just too small, man. It's just too small.
Yeah.
But at any rate, guys, that's all I had to say about because I didn't, I don't want to go on forever about that, man. But somebody lying. So you trying to tell me he kept it to himself, and somebody had to know that he was hurt, man. I mean, you got a professional training staff of doctors and all these professionals that you pay a lot of money to make sure these guys are healthy every day. And nobody saw that. Nobody, oh man, his throwing motion is off. Oh no, he's hurt. Take him, nobody saw that in the Falcons organization. They need to be fired.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody saw that. And so they kept that going. Nobody saw that. Okay, they missed it. Okay, so if they missed it, then okay, I'm the coach. He don't look the same to me. I ain't no doctor, but he don't look right. I'm sit his ass down, let him cool out, get right to somebody's honor. He gonna find out. But now we went about 6 straight games, and it just kept rolling them out of there. So everybody could clearly see this guy didn't have what it took. So you trying to tell me the doctor, the training staff didn't see anything, the coach didn't see anything, and nobody saw nothing but the fans.
No,
Tens of thousands of folks.
No,
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that whole, and so if everybody saw something, if he knew he was hurt, and the training staff said, well, he hurt, well, we want to put on the training report, on the injury report. You got to report it. So somebody said, no. Somebody said, no, don't report it. Put him back out there. He'll bounce back, or whatever the case may be. Somebody made that call.
Yeah.
His pay grade was higher than the coach to make themselves look good. I don't know, man. I'm done. I'm done with the whole. We could talk about this all night. We're gonna talk about it again next week or later on. But I am not happy about this organization, how they handled this whole Kirk Cousins deal. I didn't want him at that cost anyway. I thought we overpaid for him, and I was right. He had a couple of good games, but that's it. He didn't have quite enough games, that we needed. Obviously,
right.
So I'm done, man. I'm done with him. I don't want to. I'm 38. So real quick, man. Boxing news. Canelo versus Bud, man. I think we got it. Hope. we got it. Tell folks a little bit about that. Hope.
Yeah, so they're gonna make the fight. Basically, Bud got to go up 2 weight classes. It should be a good fight. I think if Bud can handle, because when you go up in weight, the punches are heavier, and you got to be able to adjust to that. But Bud is a smart fighter, and I think he, like I said, Brett. One of the good things about him is he can adjust on the fly, and he pretty much make anybody pretty much fight his fight. So it should be a good fight. I really think it's going to be interesting, though. I'm curious to see how Bud takes Canelo power, because it's going to be different, no doubt about that. So I'm kind of curious how he's going to be able to deal with Canelo's power. But if he goes into it to where he protects himself pretty well and avoid the power shots, I like his chances, of winning.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So I agree, man. I think style makes fights. He's kind of his style is more or less like Floyd. and it's best for Canelo to stay away from those types of slick boxers in the ring with a lot of ring savvy. So I don't, I just think he's got the weight. He's gonna try and lean on him. He's gonna try and win with some power, and try to make Bud feel this his power and lose weight. But man, Bud's just tough, man. Bud's got Bud is chasing him. He's hungry. Before he retires, man, he's gonna get this fight in and make a lot of money. Spike's gonna make a lot of money. I think Bud is still gonna be slick. His ring IQ is so high. I just think that's how the fight's gonna be won is between the boxers' IQ. Not, look, Canelo's got one style, and I tell everybody, man, don't switch it up very much, and that's it. And he does make a whole lot of in-ring adjustments. He's a tough fighter. He's always, he's gonna outpoint you. Okay, he's gonna outpoint you, and some fighters that he, look, man, I think this is a bad fight for Canelo, man. That's just my opinion. I think it's a bad fight for him. He's not gonna be able to get out of the way. He's gonna be too slow. It's gonna be like Floyd versus, part 2 all over again, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Glad to see it.
yeah, I agree with you. It ain't the best fight for Canelo. I agree. Bud, and you said it best. Bud is he's a handful. And one thing you know about Bud, man, you're gonna get his best. Uh, but it's kind of one of those things. And I put it like this: Can you, when you fight Bud, because really there's no way really to prepare for him, but can you make the right adjustments? Right. That's what it comes down to. Can you make the right adjustments on the fly?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about. I'm not
Right.
saying because, like I said, you can't really prepare for a switch hitter. You have to kind of know
Yeah.
how to adjust, and that's where I don't see. I think that's why I see
Yeah.
Bud have the edge
Mm.
because going back just like you said, how Floyd, he got characteristics of Floyd. So that's
Yeah.
where I give
Agreed.
Bud the edge. He can make adjustments on the fly. So, and I haven't seen Canelo do that. I see,
Yeah.
like he just said, I see Canelo. He goes in, he fights one style. He comes, he throw a lot of damn punches, and he typically win because he kind of out
Yeah.
punches you, and he with power, right? He's a power guy. So, and I've seen Bud
Yeah.
fight guys similar with that type of style,
So
and
that,
I've seen Bud fight a
yeah.
boxer similar to that style, and they didn't come on the top end. They didn't come in. They came on the bad end of the stick. So, I,
Yeah.
so you're right. I mean, style makes
Yeah.
fighting.
I mean, and you hear Floyd
Um,
talk about it nowadays. Floyd said it. Mm-hmm. You breaking up, whole.
yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You kind of choppy there. Break it up.
Yeah, my bad.
Yep. Yep. So that's cool. So yeah, man, we're gonna jump back on that. We're gonna talk some more about that in the coming weeks to come. With this fight, because that's the fight that we've all been waiting to see. So so boxing, man, I want to turn the discussion and so we can talk about all this movement. And I want to hear what Lou's got to say about this Luka and this AD trade, man. I want to.
Oh boy.
Lou.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah. Oh boy. The big shock of the week, of course. Luka going to Lakers and vice versa. I mean, there was your star player, and you gave him up. I mean, do you really think Luka's going to give the Lakers a chance to fight for a for a final? I don't think so. I mean, as good as I like Luca, but I don't think he's gonna be the cure for the Lakers this year.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good
I
point,
really don't
Lou.
see it.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't.
I'm just thinking, and I
Yeah.
think I yeah, I kind of agree with you right there, Lou.
Uh-huh.
I think that at least they got the big men that they want. AD doesn't have to play the five. AD can play the
No.
four. That's what he wants. He wants to play the four or the three. If you let him play the three, he probably prefer to play the three, but he'll play the four.
Right.
And so all this stuff works out more so, in my opinion. They still got Kyrie. They still got some talent there that can play with some teams. And so I think they still got a solid squad. Lakers, I don't know, man. I mean, they've been kind of soft in the middle.
Yeah.
LeBron can play different positions, but I mean, you're still missing a big man. He's not the guy who's going to play in a 7-game
Not at all.
series in the
Not at
box.
all. Yeah.
That ain't what he do. He ain't playing with his back to the basket. He's just not.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
So, and AD,
The Lakers are not doing terrible. I mean, they're in a player
yeah,
spot right now. I mean, they're in a playing spot right now, so they're not doing terrible. But I don't
yeah,
think Luka's the right one to take him to the top of the heap.
yeah. So, were you shocked by that, Lou, by that move when you heard about it?
Uh, no, not really. I knew that there was something going on. So I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't surprised. Of course, I'm not surprised about Butler. Finally getting out of Miami. He got what he wanted. So, that's a big shock right there. Yeah, sure. We knew that was coming.
Yeah. I mean, but I knew it was going to the Warriors though,
Yeah,
and
he
that's
is.
something I didn't know. Yeah, it's going to the Warriors, and I didn't know that part of it because I thought before he wanted to go to Phoenix. It's a really big thing about him going to Phoenix, and he doubled back, and I think the only reason he doubled back on Phoenix is because they got a phone call from Golden State, and the
Yep.
trade made sense. I don't look, man. I don't know if I would have given up Andrew Wiggins for him
Yeah.
and some pieces. I don't know about that. I
Yeah.
don't know about that, man. I mean, Jimmy Buckets, he's gonna play a couple games, man, and then he's gonna sit on the bench and sit back and wait till the postseason so he can do Jimmy Butler things.
Yeah.
So,
Just probably doesn't kick the bucket.
oh yeah, yeah. So I don't
Not
know
literally,
about that,
folks. I'm
man.
gonna talk literally now, but
We'll see. Yeah. So Hova.
Yo.
Yeah, so were you shocked by the Luka AD trade?
Yeah. I mean, I was shocked like everybody else. I think going back to what Lou said, I don't know if it's gonna be enough for the Lakers to win a championship.
no.
Mhm. But why would you trade Luka? I thought that was the guy. I mean, I've heard some things the past couple of which I'm not really surprised by it, but I didn't think it was a tradable offense. Why do you guys think that Dallas traded him, Lou?
Well, I mean, this is the right time, and the
Hello?
Lakers are in a playing spot. And they want to try and get everybody they can to try and make a decent run towards the end of the season and make a deep playoff run. So that's what they're trying to do because that's what you guys do. When it gets to this point of the year, after the All Star break, there's only about 28 games left, and they want to get their butts in gear to find out who's going to take into a deep playoff run. And they think that Luka may be the guy. I don't think so, but that's what they're thinking.
Mhm. So, Hova, what's your take, man? Why do you why do you think that Dallas will want to trade Luka?
Well, I think it's two things. I think the first thing is money,
Well, that's
and
obvious.
And then the second thing was they didn't want to pay him the money.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's too obvious, though. I
Mm.
mean, it is of course it's money, but I just want to be too obvious.
well, and of course, the rumor mill, they just felt like he wasn't giving the best effort in the off season to stay in shape.
No.
I hear you, Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, a lot of people think it'd be crazy to say that, but
Look, man, I mean, the rumor mill is like, look, you know, the obvious thing, they call him a fat boy. He gained a lot of weight, 270. A lot of folks like, too
270.
much
Wow.
arguing with the refs, see some stuff going on in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 270. So so the guy, everybody know the guy likes to drink, a lot. So I mean, he doesn't have the best conditioning in the world. So, but hell,
Yeah.
with that condition, he's still a top 10, top 5 player in the league, in spite of his conditioning or lack of good conditioning. Still a top
Right,
player. Hell, I tell you,
right.
So so I don't know, man. I don't know what says you in terms of the real reasons behind them getting rid of him, which was their top pick.
Mm-hmm.
And here in Atlanta, it's like, okay, there's always the Trey versus Luka discussions about who got the better of the deal. And hell, I mean, neither one of them's been to a
Yeah.
championship game. I mean, neither one of them's won a championship game, rather. And so, and Luka gets traded already. Trey is still in Atlanta. So I don't know, man. I mean, so I, I don't know. And they'll coexist. Everybody's like, well, are there enough balls in LA for LeBron and Luka? Yeah, they'll coexist. They're good players. Most good players do. But I agree with you guys. I don't think this is a championship squad. This is not what a championship. There's still lack of big men, true big
Oh,
men. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it.
I happen to agree.
Them being championship contenders. So yeah. So guys, let's flip over to football. It's the I don't know. And before we talk Super Bowl, man, just real quick, man. I told you guys I was going to check out the Pro Bowl games. I always look at the Pro
Oh,
Bowl
you
games.
did. You did.
Lou, I'm
Yeah.
quite
What
sure
a
you didn't
joke.
watch it, right? Yeah, man. I had to watch it, man. I had to watch it. So
Each his own.
Hobie, did you watch it?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it, man.
Yeah, you didn't miss a whole lot, man. You didn't miss a whole lot. So but I mean, like we've said many times on this show before, at least in our lifetime, I don't think we're ever going to see the Pro Bowl go back to what it once was in terms of, guys just slapping pads, man, taking it serious.
Yeah.
You're just
I'd
not
rather
going
watch.
to see that,
I'd rather watch paint
especially
dry than
now.
that.
Yeah, it's not. You know what's so bad about it? The best part about the whole game is the tug of war when the big men put each other
Um,
on the team. At least for me, it
I mean,
was.
they
But
did
I
a
don't
lot.
know,
They
man.
did a lot of
It's
strange things with it. You know, a lot of strange things with
yeah,
the
you're right.
events with this.
They did. It was a lot. You're right. There was a lot going on, Lou, because you had the field goal kickers that had a little kicking thing that they had to do, and the punters
Yeah.
had a punting thing that they had to do. And so so everybody played a role outside of the flag football game. So the flag football game wasn't it. And it was kind of like scoring
guys,
like the Olympics.
they were even doing a dodgeball competition.
Yeah, right. I forgot all about that. Yep, dodgeball
A,
competition.
do- a dodgeball competition.
Weird.
A a quiz show competition. I mean, what is this? Is this football? Or is it, I mean, what is this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's
That's a
Too
good.
gimmick.
That's a
I
good
mean,
question.
too
Yeah,
gimmick,
what is it?
too gimmicky.
Yeah,
yeah, it's very and I do agree with that. I think that's dodgeball is too gimmicky. Right? That's a little bit. There you jumping the shark.
And your quiz
So
show, I think too.
yeah. So I don't know. They need to
What are we
kind of
doing? A
revamp
football
it. But
game or
what should
Jeopardy?
it? Yeah. So what do you guys think it should be?
I
Just play
think
the game.
I agree with Lou. It should. I think it should be an actual football game, not all this flag stuff. I think it should be an actual football game.
Yeah.
So you guys want to go back to what it was, well, the way it was in terms of the last. If you think
Yes.
about the last Pro Bowl that we saw, y'all want
Uh,
to go back to that?
yes.
Okay.
I would like to see
They
that.
do it after the Super Bowl.
After the okay, I got it. So I think that
Don't do it the week before, you dummy.
I think that the last few Pro Bowl games I recall seeing, they were horrible, man. They were horrible. It was bad
And this made it better.
because it just doesn't make it better, but it was. I mean, it was all the same bad to me. All of it's the same to me. It's just the same kind of bad because the reason I say that is because of the players' mentality is the same.
Yeah.
So the players don't take the game seriously, but the players didn't take the pad seriously because they stopped hitting. You know, they wouldn't call them real plays no more. They were just kind of just out there chilling, hanging. You know, nobody was just, the scores were high, no defense was being played. Of course, it was just, they was playing a pickup game. And so everybody was there, and they weren't even blocking no more. And so, you had guest coaches. It was just bad, man. It was, the players would be out there, and you had people calling the plays online. It was just kind of just like, oh man, it was the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so bad. I don't want to see that again, man. I don't know. Just don't have it at all.
No, you won't.
Just don't do a Pro Bowl, anything. Just don't do anything.
Yeah, I think this.
I mean,
I
they won't
mean,
do that, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's so bad.
I mean, personally, I think they just should do away with it.
Yeah.
Now, what I would like to see if they could incorporate something similar to what the NBA, the in-season tournament. I think that would be uh, something interesting. Possibly, like
Mm.
if you did a format like a 14 format,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You had like a
Yep.
14
Yep.
format,
Yep.
and after the first 6 games, you based upon your positioning or something like, I don't know, some kind of way to set it up, something to
Mm.
where after the first, let's just say the first 6 games, and you have an in-season tournament. I
Yep.
think that'll be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool.
Mm.
You could call it the
How do you
in-season.
NCAA tournament in football though?
Well, basically,
How do you do it? But how do you do that in football?
well,
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah, that's the thing, right? So after I'm just coming out of the way I look at it is, you do
Mhm.
out of the first 6 games, you take in each division the top 4 teams, right? I think I'm out of each division. I think I'm saying that right. And then so in the NFC, the 2 teams who have the best record at that time play
Mm.
against each other, and the 2 teams in the AFC plays against, and whoever wins those games, then they play each other, and it's all in the season, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
in that game, the winner would take maybe you call it, I don't know however they want to label this shit, season, season, season bowl or shit. I'm just coming up with a name, season bowl, right? And
Yeah,
then like you have a season bowl, then you have a Super Bowl.
a season bowl.
I don't know. I'm maybe you can come up with another better name than that. But like I'm just saying
Yeah,
like a yeah. But you know what I'm saying. But you just do it after the first 6 games. That's how I see it. I think that would be very
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
wow.
So I think I'm following you, Ho. I'm following you on this. What if
I
I'm
get
following
it.
you on this, man? What if it? I see where you're going with it. What if we played more value on the division games and got that out the way earlier or in the middle of the season? Like they kind of sort of do it, but they don't. But it should be a thing. They don't make it a thing. It should be a thing. All right. The next whatever weeks is going to be, we're going to determine you're only going to see division matchups for the first 8 weeks. Division matchups, division. It's all about division games and who's going to win the division. Focus on that. Focus on that. Division winners done. Second part of the season is something else, what you're talking about, Hov. It'll be a different kind of tournament thing to where you can make the playoffs. Some kind of thing. No mixed matches of AFC, NFC. Because they make the Super Bowl stupid. It's like two different leagues, almost like baseball.
Yeah.
I got that. You may have one or two. You may have one or two little cross games like baseball. I like that about. But baseball is basically American League and National League. And it's a thing. And so I think football
Yeah.
should be more of a thing the way you separate the AFC and the NFC. I think
Hmm.
it's just too much of the interconference stuff going on to where nobody really thinks about it. It's not a big deal. You have to make it a big deal. Division games need to matter more. That needs to be a thing. And once you get done with that, you do another thing within both conferences. Is who goes through and qualifies for the playoffs. I think you do that and you kind of reformat, redo it, and make it a thing. And therefore, by the time you make it to the Super Bowl, it really is a real Super Bowl because these teams haven't seen each other. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's that. I get it. You spend more time on that kind of stuff than forget the doggone Pro Bowl. Just let it go. Let it
Yeah.
go
That's
for a
true.
Yeah.
while, for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
the league won't do it because they're making too much money off of it. The league's not going to do it because they're making too much
Yeah.
money. Did you see Orlando? It was packed, man. It was packed for the games. I
Yeah.
won't just say a flag football game. It was packed, man. Had a good crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
mean, that's a good venue. I mean, so I get it. But at least come up with something
yeah,
creative. Maybe even,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised baseball, do some in season, come up with something in season, especially with the as many games they play. But
yeah,
it's going to be interesting though because, and we talked about this on the show with all these streaming platforms trying to
Yeah.
get a piece of the pie. Now Netflix is
yeah,
getting Christmas money. So, um,
yeah, yeah.
Netflix sucks.
they're getting NFL money. So on Christmas. So, yeah, but it's interesting.
Yeah. So I like tournaments. I think that tournament works good for basketball for their NBA weekend. I just think they should have like four. You should have your all-star team should be each division. So all your central divisions got an all-star team. Everybody got that way. Everybody is
Yeah.
represented. Everybody, because right now it's just too many players left off the roster. It's just too many good players in the league. So I think that each division should have an all-star squad, and then every division has an all-star squad, and then you have a tournament between the all-stars of the divisions in the West and the East, and whoever wins it, they just play for the tournament. You may have the uh, the Western Conference, whatever Mountain West, whatever it is out there, and in the East, you may have the Central. Their all-star team wins the tournament, and then they both play each other. I think that's interesting. And that
Yeah.
way, everybody team like the Hawks, we feel some kind of way. We got basketball fans here, but we feel in some kind of way because Trae Young didn't make it. There are other all-stars that didn't make it that deserve to make it also. And so, hell, if every team's represented, you solve that problem. Any rate, look, guys, Super Bowl's on Sunday. Lou, you having a Super Bowl party, man?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. I have a few friends over and whatnot, and we'll watch the game. They didn't tell me who is going to take who, except for a certain significant person. But other than that, nobody else has told me anything about who they're going to take.
Well, it's time to make these picks, guys. And I'll just start off, guys, and you guys can chime on in. But I'll just start off by saying I have learned not to bet against Patrick Mahomes. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes. I don't care. I mean, he could lose. They could lose this game very well because I don't think I've seen a running game as good as Philly's since 1995 Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And so this running game is with Saquon Barkley is just the best I've seen in a very long time. But look, man, Chiefs seem to play their best ball in the postseason. They play like champions because they know what it takes to win than any team I've ever seen. So I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes. I'm going Chiefs. Hope.
Yeah, I think that's a good bet. I mean, a lot of times you look at the personnel, let's start. I'm not even talking about the players. Let's start with the coaches. Andy Reid, I get Andy Reid the edge. Andy Reid, he's been in the big games before. And I just give him the edge simply because he knows how to coach. He knows how to put his players in positions to give them the best chance to win. So that alone, I would definitely give the Chiefs the edge. It's going to be a good game, but I think I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs in this one too.
Okay. Lou, who you got in this one, man?
I'm gonna go with the refs. No, I'm kidding. No. I did. Come on, I had one ref joke in this, of course. No, I'm actually gonna go the upset and go with the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles were so dominant in their last game, and the Chiefs were kind of vulnerable against the Bills. So I think maybe it might be upper hand here with the Eagles. Barkley, Saquon Barkley against Mahomes. I think Barkley might have something on Mahomes here. So I'm gonna go with the upset.
Oh, cool. All right, I got you. Not a bad one though. I mean, if they win, I don't think anybody be that surprised. Yeah, I think that the Chiefs are really good against the run, and Philly is very good with the run. So that'll be, I look forward to seeing this. I look forward to seeing that. I really do. So look, guys, what are you looking forward to the most on Super Bowl Sunday? The food, the game, the halftime show, the pregame. What is it? What you looking forward to, Luke?
The game and the food. I mean, you can forget the halftime show because halftime show's a joke.
Homer, what you got, man? What you looking forward to the most?
Man, I'm looking forward to the food. I'm just gonna keep it real.
I feel you, man. I feel you. I don't know, man. I don't know. It is. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the halftime show myself. I don't like neither team. I'm just not really amped about either team. I'm looking forward to the food and the halftime show. So, so I think the food wins between all three of us. Between all three of us, I think it's the food wins. So food gets it.
Right.
Yeah. So So good
Yeah.
stuff, guys. So look, man. Good time, man. So we reached that mark at the end of the show, fellas. It's been a good one. It's the time flies when you're having fun, Luke.
Right.
Okay, so Luke, take us home, brother.
All right. Well, don't forget about the pregame show. No, not that pregame show. Mine.
Yes.
Same time, 4 to 6 on Saturday. Number again, 512-543-4662. Mostly it's going to be about football. Of course, we'll try to figure out who's going to take who. We'll also discuss, do you do anything to prepare for Super Bowl? Do you make a celebration 90% of us or whatnot? I'll discuss a little bit of the Pro Bowl. Also, the NBA trade deadline is tomorrow, so I am going to cover that. I might have to take 2 shows on that one, for obvious reasons. The last of the MLB hot stove report before pitchers and catchers report to spring training, and pitchers and catchers actually report on Super Bowl Sunday. Go figure that out. It's a little bit hard. It's a little bit hard to do a baseball when you're still dealing with 40-degree weather here in New Jersey. So I can't really do it right now. I really can't. And I think a lot of people agree with me on that one. Also, we'll look at the Nations 4 hockey tournament, which begins on next Wednesday, a week from now. So I want to get thoughts on that for those of you that care. And of course, we'll discuss a little bit of the NBA All-Star game coming up. And we'll also have our regular features. This week in sports history, the ridiculous sign of the week, sports trivia, and of course, your thoughts and comments are welcome. Remember, it's 512-543-4662 on Saturday. So if you're a football fan, I hope you can come in, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. If not, I don't know what I can tell you. On that note, good night.
Appreciate it, Luke.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it,
man. We gonna tune in this weekend, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Good night.
By the way, guys, I will be wearing. You can't see me, but I'm wearing my headphones because I'm having some audio trouble with my speakers. So I'm wearing the headphones tonight and probably will for a little while, and that's going to be the case on Saturday as well. So if you hear any problems, you'll know why. Or I can just go to my phone. That could be the second option. So I'll see how it goes.
Headphones sound pretty good, Lou.
I might have to get a phone. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank everybody for joining the Bread and Hope show.
Speak on it.
And this time next week, we will know who has won the Super Bowl. So speak on it.